What up YouTube, it's Misery Hates Company. In this video we're looking at Diablo Immortal, and we're going to talk about, if you're just coming back to the game, what do you need to do to level up as fast as possible to just catch up? There's a few things you can do to really min-max your time, and then there's some things you can really do to like get leaps and bounds ahead of people that are just coming back or just starting the game to really catch up to Paragon, the highest Paragon level that you can as soon as possible. So if you're interested in being as efficient as possible to increase your Paragon level, you're going to want to make sure you watch this video to the very end. And without further ado, let's get straight to that video. Okay, so you just got back into Diablo Immortal, much like myself, and you realize you are light years behind. And we'll even pull up myself as an example. I am currently Paragon level 185. Current server Paragon level is 362. Wow. So how do you catch up? What can you do to really min-max your daily time if you don't have a lot of time? And then what can you do on those days where you do have a little bit of extra time to really get leaps and bounds ahead to catch up as fast as possible? So first thing you're going to want to do is there's going to be at least 4 things. 1, 2, 3, 4 that I want you to there's going to be exactly 4 things I want you to prioritize on a daily basis that don't take a lot of time but are really going to min-max how much experience you get on a daily basis. That way, on a week, in a whole week of playing, just less than an hour at a time, you're really going to be able to see a noticeable difference when you chip away at your experience. Those 4 items are, the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you're caught up on your bounties. Obviously, the bounties are going to be here on the bounty board. You get 8 new ones every single day, and they do stack up to 24. So if you're just coming back to the game, similar to like I said I was, you're going to have at least the 24 maxed out. And you're going to want to go ahead and do those as fast as possible, grind them out. They're not difficult. They don't take a lot of time. You don't need to party up. You're just going to want to get to this board and grind through them as fast as you can. The next thing I want you to do is your shadow contracts. Now, if you have left the game and are coming back or are new to the game, you do want to join the shadows as soon as possible. You don't necessarily have to be in a guild or clan either to do this. You want to go to, I'll show you on the map here, West March. You're going to want to go right about here, the Court of Whispers. You're going to go through just a few things in order to become a shadow. And then after that, you can go right here to the like the bar, if you will. Talk to the bartender, and every single day you're going to get 3 shadow contracts. Those net you a huge amount of experience, and it's definitely worth doing on a daily basis. And that way, you can, I average at least a full level every single time I do it, and there's a decent chance at getting a legendary from the gear that you get from this, as well as just gold and overall just stuff that you're going to need to play the game of Diablo Immortal. Now, the next one I want you to make sure that you do on a daily basis is actually also in the Court of Whispers, and that's going to be your Shadow Assembly. I'm going to go over here and show you guys what it looks like, because you can actually time it and or set yourself an alarm, if you will. But you go to activities and your shadows, and I want you to focus on where the assembly. So right here, available Monday through Saturday, so no Sundays, from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's 2 hours long. It's server time, or Eastern time in my case. But it's really easy to do. You just jump in and you basically can AFK it, but you get the ability of getting 4 different like buffs, if you will. And then you can grant that buff or blessing. They call them blessings. Grant the blessings to someone else. That way they get the blessing. I also average for each of the blessings you get. You can only get them each 4 one time every single day. I'm also averaging a full Paragon level each time I get that. It's pretty crazy. So you're going to want to make sure you do that as well. Now, obviously, you're well behind the Paragon, so you're getting the juicy plus 400% of the extra experience. But these 3 things are definitely going to make sure that you get the most experience possible. The last thing I want to go ahead and mention is going to be over here at the Sanctum, but it's all about your Horadrim. So you want to power up your Horadrim as the best you can. So it's going to be something daily. It's like a little mini dungeon, if you will, that you just do by yourself. You run through, you get 5 of the keys, and you kill everyone in the very end, you get 1 free chest. You're going to want to do that every single day because it also nets you over here at your Codex. It's going to net you 10 battle points towards your battle pass, as well as 1 of each of the currency you get from it as well. You're going to want to save your keys. I've seen a few people like in world chat talking about it, but this is still consistent even back when I first started playing Diablo Immortal. You want to save exactly 377. That's right, 377 keys before opening any of the chests that cost keys, which is going to be all of them except for the one that cost nothing, which is free. The reason for this is because each room, every time you unlock all the chests, you get to unlock a new room. And at the very end, if you unlock all the chests, and they get progressively more expensive, because I'm sure if you just look at it for the first time, you're gonna be like, wow, this chest costs, 1, 2, 5. It goes up slowly, but then towards the end, it's like 30, 50, and it's a lot. But in that last room, if you unlock every single chest and you have enough keys, which again is that 377 keys, you will actually get an additional final chest for absolutely free, which gets you, again, more of this currency that you're going to use to power up the abilities inside of your Haradrim. And in doing so, it's going to net you a ton of combat rating, which is going to be fantastic. It's literally just free power, free armor, free damage, free stats in the game, which are just so critical in any Diablo game, but especially Diablo Immortal. And that's going to be the one thing that hurts the most. Well, that and the Heligrade, which we'll get to here in a second. But those two items are going to be the two that really hurt you the most when you come back to the game, because you're going to be like, dang, I could have been way stronger if I just kept doing this. But again, these are the 4 items I want you to focus on a daily basis if you don't have a lot of time. Now, let's progress. And let's say you're logged on, you do all 4 of these things, and you have a little bit more time, and you really want to min-max your time to level up as fast as possible. I'm here for you for that as well. So the first thing I'm going to want you to do is to figure out what hell difficulty you're on. So currently I'm at hell 3, although I have the ability, and this is what really hurts, and thank God they added the combat rating recommendation. I have the Paragon level to get to hell 4, but the combat rating, I am just light years behind. It recommends 3,250, hell 3 recommends 2,120. I'm like right dab in the middle for my combat rating. Right here, I'm at 2,688. It doesn't feel good. I get completely slaughtered in some of the content in hell 4, and I just fly through all the content in hell 3. So I'm really at that awkward like in between phase. And because the server Paragon is so much higher, people are in hell 5. And like as you can see in the chat, I mean, there's one for hell 2 there, which I guess I could do. But again, it's not. It's in my best interest to get to hell 4, hell 5 as fast as possible. Which the only way to do that is, of course, to increase A, your Paragon level, and then B, to increase your combat rating. So let's go ahead and progress into that. The first thing you're gonna want to do is make sure you keep up with your challenge rifts, which you're gonna be probably pretty far behind on, which is gonna be right here next to the Elder rifts. Because you haven't played in a while, right? You're just coming back to the game, or you're just starting. Either way, this is helpful information. You're going to want to make sure that you are progressing in your first completion rewards for as far as you can. So, like where I'm at right now, I'm at what, level 88? And then I just closed that. Wow, feels bad. If you go down here to like every 5 levels, you get a little bit more XP, and you get the chance of a legendary item, which is just beautiful. But here towards the bottom, when you get closer to like where I am at 88, again, this is where I'm at. Once I get to 95, it doesn't show it there, but once you get to 95, you will actually unlock the ability of getting tier or hell 4 gear from your quest, your bounties, as well as the everyone calls it like the gambler, which we'll get to in a second. And those are fantastic ways of just skipping as fast as you can to the next tier of difficulty. Now, reason being, and the reason we get to the next tier of difficulty is because you get stronger legendaries. So, for example, I'm like flying through Hell 3, but I'm also only getting Hell 3 level legendary gear. I already have several 3-roll pieces of gear, not the shoulders or the pants, but or this. But I have 3 and 3. So 3 of them are 3 rolls, and the other 2 were just 2 rolls. But and that is I'm going to get better stats, higher attributes, the higher hell that I'm in, the higher difficulty. So that's going to be why you want to get to those higher difficulties as fast as possible. Now, again, if you're close to that next hell difficulty, and again, in my case, the threshold is 95, I am struggling at 88 based off of my my low combat rating, which is what I'm working on. And I really need to get to 95 as fast as possible, and that will just keep me leaps and bounds. So how do you increase your combat rating? And I know I could have made this like 2 or 3 different videos based off each subject, but I really am excited getting back into Diablo Immortal. Several of you commented on my last video saying that you were looking forward to me hopefully covering the game again, and I'm really just enjoying it. So I just want to go and knock out one big video for you guys just to jump right back in head first. So how do you increase your combat rating? So the few things you can do, or actually to increase it, is you want to farm in the open world. And I have a previous video on my channel that covers some really, really awesome farming spots that are pretty decent. I'm gonna make another video in a few days that will show you some more updated spots that I've been using currently to farm open world for the legendaries as well. In doing so and farming the open world, you'll also be able to get to where am I at? Your bestiary. which gives you just a ton of experience as well. That also nets you a decent chance of legendaries and also gets you 40 of the battle points. So that's huge. It's 2 for 1. And that just is very, very beneficial to you. Now, the next thing I want you to focus on is farming dungeons. And that's actually the phase that I'm currently working on when I have a little bit more time, i.e. right after this video when I'm done recording. Because I don't even have a full 4 set yet. Right now, I have, that's not the one I want. I have the grace. I have a 3-piece of grace right now between my hands, feet, and neck. And my waist is the wind loft, which is not something I'm going to want. I mean, maybe like a 2 set, but then you unlock the rings at Hell 4, which again is why I'm trying to like beat down the door to Hell 4 to get there as fast as possible. So in my case, I'm going to be grinding dungeons just to get some higher level gear for this, because I don't have a single 3 roll on any of these. And honestly, the scores are really, really low. And I am also, as you can see, light years behind on upgrading these as much as I can. But I'm also completely fresh out of the necessary materials to upgrade them. So I've upgraded them as close as I can get. I got these 2 to 12. And when you do upgrade these, you're going to want to prioritize your 2 weapons and then your head. That's going to net you the most power or damage, in my case, intelligence, because I'm a wizard, which then translate really, really well to your combat rating. But these set bonuses will also translate well to your combat rating, which is why this is a secondary thing that I would recommend you focusing on when you have a little bit more time in game. All of which are just very exciting. Obviously, I'm not going to go too much in detail in the pay to win aspect. Obviously, if you're willing to be pay to win in this game, legendary gems are a great way of getting an increase to your combat rating. I'm currently not going to be doing anything pay to win in this game. I want to focus this channel more on the free to play now that I have a few gems. Again, I have a couple that are decent. The Sleeping Bile is very, very nice, as well as the BSJ, the Blood-Soaked Jade. But it's only rank 2. And then I have a 2-star legendary rank 5, and then I have 3 1-stars at rank 10. So then that's all I'm at right now. So obviously I have light years to go. I'm light years behind a lot of people, but 1,000 resonance is decent. I got the little baby wings, so it is what it is. But as you can see, it's a direct multiplicative percent towards your overall base attributes to give you more combat rating. So that is easily the fastest way of getting more combat rating is the legendary gems, but that is not the focus of this video, nor the focus of what I would encourage anyone, being, like I said, more free-to-play friendly in my account. So that is everything that I would recommend for you guys. Like I said, if you're close, the one thing if you're here to the very end of this video, the one thing I would recommend is that there are some really, really, really nice people in world chat as well as shadow chat that are actually willing to carry you and bump you through. Like, I could probably find someone to help get through these last like 7 levels to 95. So that way, when I do the gamble, which is going to be right over here at the bottom right here, go down to the rarities and antiques, you're going to be able to gamble your way into more legendary items, especially when you first return to the game. You get like 7 days of like, I think it's a 5 or 15%. I can't remember which one it was. Maybe it was 15% of bonus magic find, which is just phenomenal. So as we walk over there, the other thing that you're going to be able to benefit from is, like I said, the bounties. Once you get to that higher difficulty, which will again drop higher tier loot for you. So this here is the gambler. I've done my 10 for the day. You can do 10 at this cost before it gets up to an incremental. It goes up incrementally by 1%. I want to say it jumps up to like 25% additional cost, and then 50% after like 5 more or something like that. But the first option gives you a main hand or offhand weapon. Now, again, as you can see, it's just rare. It could be anything, but it also could be legendary. And then this one gives you the head, chest, shoulders, and legs. I don't think this one has the ability of getting you a set piece. But again, that is not something that I would waste my gold on, obviously. It's also a little bit cheaper, so I highly, highly doubt it. But this does reset daily. So if you have a ton of gold, this is a very, very easy, and I would say like cheap, if you have gold, which is a very free-to-play friendly currency, to farm legendary items, which is pretty phenomenal. So use all these tips and tricks in order to boost your account to get leveled up as soon as possible. And once you've done all these things in this prioritized order, then you just want to focus on your codex and just do things that are bonused. Like I've already did the bonuses for today. I'm getting ready to grind some either Forgotten Tower or the Silent Monastery. So definitely the Forgotten Tower, which is going to be some decently fun. And now you can do it solo, so it's not as treacherous as it used to be. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Is there anything that I've missed that you guys think I should cover or add or pin in the comments below that really help people catch up that are just coming back to the game, or they're just starting the game? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And let me know what you guys think about me covering Diablo Immortal again, because I'm going to be honest, I'm pretty hyped about it. So until next time, guys, lock it in.